How's it going, everybody? Hope 93 in the place to be. Welcome to the Wrestling Corner, episode 11 of season 5. Hope everybody had a great weekend on their end. I sure did. Sunday was my dad's birthday. Um, Hopefully, on Thursday, the present that I got him will finally arrive. So, but I'm just happy that my dad was able to, make it. I'm not saying he's in like dire straits or is in jeopardy for his life, but it's just always, it's just always good to, for even if it's my birthday, to say that I lived to see my next birthday. I think that's a good feeling for anybody. Um, Trying to think something else that happened this past weekend. Actually, it was yesterday, and I was not expecting was that it has nothing to do with wrestling, but on the same night of TLC, I happened to see the first trailer of Independence Day Resurgence, and really caught me by surprise because, well, not though I knew this movie was coming out, but just I wasn't expecting, that it would just show. It would just a premiere on like a random Sunday or during a football game. I thought it'd be like safe for the Super Bowl, like Independence Day, the first of Independence Day did, but so that was a little bit surprising for me for over the weekend. The main, but the main topic of last weekend was we talked about is also the main topic of today was last night's event, TLC 2015, the 7th annual TLC event. So that's basically what this corner is going to be all about. And by the way, I'm saying that Austin 316. It was the birthday present that was long overdue. Long overdue, as I put on Facebook. Long overdue since 1998. But anyway, I think it's about time to get into to start the shindig, to start the review for TLC 2015. TLC 2015 was held live at Boston, held live in Boston, Massachusetts, in the TD Bank North Garden, or in the Garden, as the Bostonians would say. Um, you know, for with TLC, I even said on the last corner. He's on the last corner. I'm not the biggest fan of the gimmick based pay per views. I mean the gimmick match based pay per views. There's pay per views that have gimmick, like Extreme Rules or um Night of Champions, where all the titles are defended. Um, Even King in the Ring was a theme pay, was a tournament theme pay per view. The Royal Rumble is a theme pay per view, but I really have never been really too much of a fan of the match based pay per views like Hell in a Cell, TLC. Um, I guess say a little bit Elimination Chamber. Even I kind of like Elimination Chamber when it was just No Way Out, and that was the theme of No Way Out. Dogs and just Kevin Owens again, but sorry about that. One of I guess to say the main objective for TLC 2015. What the I mean, the main objective for TLC 2015, in my opinion, and I think probably actually was, or what fans at least thought it was, or it had to be, was it had to be better than Survivor 2015. Like, there's no way you that you could afford to have two straight, you know, blunders. And I'll get onto whether I feel TLC 2015 was achieved that goal or not. So let's get onto the show. First match of the night started off with for tag team championships. The New Day defending their titles against the Lucha Dragons and the Usos. Triple threat ladder match for the tag team championship, as aforementioned. Mentioned. Um, there's really no other way to say it, but you want to talk about starting off the show. Most time a match start. Most time you can start. Most time a match starts off the show well. But there's not that many times where the match starts off the pay-per-view well and also steals the pay-per-view. And that's what this match did. The you're going to get spots, dangerous spots in ladder matches, especially when there's more than two people. But the spots in this match, was pretty extreme. I mean, the spots from oh, so the spots from Khalees. From Sin Cara, he freaking topeed out of the ring, or flipping center out of the ring onto the Usos while a ladder was on top of it, and then didn't do it with hesitation, like I'm not sure if I should do this. He just zooped from Kalisto and and Sin Cara doing their monkey flip, like 450 combination onto a ladder that was on top of a Uso. I mean, especially also when Kofi, he got Hurricane Rana into the ladder that was bridged between the ropes. That one really made me cringe. I'm like, geez. Um, I mean, from also, there was just so much, and it was also pretty good having Xavier Woods on commentary. But the star of the night, the star of the night, or the star of that match, but probably the star of the night was Kalisto. I said it before on the corner that this was a platform for Kalisto to shine, and that he did. He shined bright. He shined so bright that you know he shined so bright that he was brighter than when Sheamus is in the light, during his entrance. Ooh, especially the spot of the night, the most chaotic spot probably I've ever seen in a while. When he did the Salisa del Sol from on top of the ladder onto and through a ladder, the same ladder that Kofi got Hurricane Rana head first into. Ooh. But anyway, uh, and Kalisto was he was the the star performance of the night went to him. Everybody gave it their all, but Kalisto really shined the brightest. Unfortunately, it would be him that will get a trombone in the back and then flipped off the ladder, only for Kofi Kingston to kind of climb up and snag the belt, making New Day still your tag team champions. But you know, it's great to kick off an event like that. But when a match is that good, um, I think it puts a lot of pressure on the rest of the crowd. Cause it's like, because even I think Michael Cole and JBL, one of them even said it. Gotta follow that. It's like, yeah, now this is a real tough act to follow. And that's the thing with match like that, when they're so early in the card, it's like, it's just like, oh crap, you know. Now that everybody has to follow that, but my prediction was wrong. I said the Usos would win, but my prediction of it stealing the show was not wrong. I said it was stealing the show, and that it did. So New Day was still your tag team champions. And we move on to the next match. Next match, which was, as my friend Nate said, was like a filler match. But it's funny, a filler match having a video package was Ryback versus Rusev. And mostly it was at first it was mostly Ryback, using the power band to dodge and everything, and then Rusev with a powerbomb flapjack took control. And then later on, Rusev tried to leave. He gets grabbed. He pushes Ryback, and then once again Lana, now feign an injury, does it again. Yeah, and then Ryback gets kicked. He prevents one accolade attempt, and he gets his skull. I want to say skull. A shell shock counter. He gets kicked, and then he finally succumbs to the accolade. It was a match that it wasn't necessarily bad and wasn't necessarily good. It just happened. Personally, when I was talking with Nate. We was talking yesterday. I said I miss Ice Queen Lana. And he said, yeah, I'm not so about Saved by the Bell Lana. I really do miss Ice Queen Lana. I thought it was something fresh for WWE in terms of women, because most time in WWE with the women, if they were a heel, they were just all about their looks and full of themselves and arrogant and snobbish, almost like Mean Girls. But Lana was something different. Unless you were Stephanie, you show like this ruthlessness. But Lana wasn't Stephanie. She didn't have power. She didn't have authority. But with her chilling eyes and her chilling demeanor and the way she spoke, it was like, okay, and the way she was, she stood up to, she was able to basically disparage, Ryback's, male opponents in front of their face. It wasn't like she was hiding behind Rusev. She was stepping in front of them, and it was something pretty different. It was like, okay, we used to see that for Steph, but it was pretty cool to see it from somebody that was not a McMahon or an authority fit. It wasn't Stephanie McMahon or authority figure. But now she's just always smiley, and now just feigning injuries. And they was like, oh, this is the Rusev that was undefeated. I'm like, no, it's not, because the undefeated Rusev wasn't, didn't take wins because of Lana, feigning injuries. But I digress. Rusev gets the win. Let me move on to the next match, which if I'm not mistaken, no, it wasn't the. No, it was it was the United States Championship. I'm pretty sure. Let me look at the card. Hey, hey. No, here we go. Update this dang thing. I believe it was the chairs match. I've said it on the corner before that, my interest in this match wasn't too high. But I'm not gonna lie, I did kind of find this match better than I thought it would be, or some might say it was better than it probably had any right to be. But one thing that really stood out to me, and it's a real negative, there was a spot in the match where pretty innovative, where Jack Swagger, he locked on the Patriot lock, but he makes sure he puts Del Rio's leg through the chair first. So it's like a chair assisted Patriot lock. Now, personally, I feel that should have been the finish, because I'm thinking, okay, this is pretty innovative, and it's like this will be more painful than the actual Patriot lock. This probably should be the finish, but it's not. That I'm like, okay, I'll let that slide, but I think it should have been the finish. But then right after, Del Rio falls out to the ring, and then he hits Swagger with the chair, and then he's walking like everything is a-okay, and I'm thinking, look at this no selling. For those of you that have watched the corner for the corner thing has been around, I think now for 2 full years. Most of you know both me and Chris are not big fans of no selling. But in the case of Del Rio, I don't think that was I don't think that was part of the gig, the no sell. But this guy is walking, and then at one point when the end comes, and Swagger is hung up on the second turnbuckle, Del Rio scurries out of the ring and everything, and I'm like, wait a minute, what was the whole point of him being put in the chair assisted Patriot lock for almost like a minute or so if he's not going to sell the damn thing? He's not going to sell the effects. And then he does, his double foot stomp while the chairs are like piled up to make the landing more painful. I'm thinking, well, if he did that, he should have been holding his leg there too. But that wasn't the case. But then after the match, Del Rio just out of nowhere just starts selling. It's almost like it's kind of too late. You should have started selling right after the move. Not a big fan of no selling. Especially something like that I don't think it's supposed to be part of a storyline or anything. It's not like if it's a monster heel where you hit him in the chair and then they turn around, or like Undertaker, he gets kicked, it don't work on him, something like that. That's a little bit okay, but right there is like, what was the whole point of the Patriot that new Patriot lock if Del Rio didn't even want to say it? I found that like you kind of disrespected Jack Swagger right there. You kind of made the move look useless. So as I mentioned before, Del Rio hit the double foot stomp while the chairs were piled up underneath Swagger, and he would get the win. Del Rio retains, and no, there was no Cena appearance. At one point I thought that he was probably going to try to continue attacking Swagger, and then Cena was going to come, but no, there was no Cena sighting. However, Cena would be mentioned though, and not just by the commentator, but surprisingly by the fans. And I will get onto that momentarily or later on. Del Rio retains the United States Championship, as I predicted. I think a lot of people predicted it. I'm not gonna lie. The match did kind of, some ones where it looked like Jack Swagger might have had the match when the crowd was actually got into it. So let me go on to the next match. Well, I'm making sure because nobody updated the Wikipedia page. So it's like, yo, you guys didn't even date this thing. So it just has the matches listed as if they didn't happen yet. Okay, hold on. You know what? All right, no. All right, let me check something. Hold on, guys. Maybe I can fly through, the history of it. All right, from the wrestling shit. Okay. So as I was thinking, I was thinking correctly. The next match was the 8-man tables elimination match. Team Extreme, the Dudleys, Tommy Dreamer, and the Man Beast Rhino versus all of the Wyatt family. And I gotta admit, this match was pretty underwhelming in my view. It has nothing to do with the Wyatt family winning because they won the Extreme Rules match tonight, and I think that was a great makeup for last night's event. I mean, I think for me, I think it was some of the eliminations. Okay, rolling getting 3D, okay, but Rhino's elimination just felt so meh. Rhino's elimination was he goes for the spear. I mean, I say spear. His word, gore. He goes for the gore. Bray Wyatt does his 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 flying elbow attack. And then Luke Harper just does his little boot. It looks so soft, and Rhino just through the table, and it's like, oh man. Then Tommy Dreamer's one was okay, a suicide out through the table. All right. Devon's Devon's was he was set up the table, and then Bray Wyatt, did his spider get up, and then did his one arm slam through the table, and then it was all Bubba to him by himself against leaving him against Strowman, Harper, and Bray. And I'm thinking, and like psychology wise, like Bubba, you're down 3-1. He sets up a table. Like, you should be trying to just put me through a table, but then he's like, I got an idea. I got, I got an idea. And he takes out the lighter fluid. I'm thinking, oh, sugar, honey, iced tea. And, he has a lighter in his mouth. And he looked like he's about to power bomb. Looked like he tried to, I guess, while he had Bray, head between, like he's going to just light the fire and then just lift up and drop. But before he can do that, he gets a savate kick from Luke Harper. And then Braun Strowman comes back from being buried underneath the tables and is able to thrust spine buster Bubba through the table or in the lighter fluid. And the Wyatts win. And like I said in the corner, I'm not even sure if, I'm not even sure, what winning would do with the Wyatts, because I'm not sure what the end game for the Wyatt family is as far as WWE is concerned. They won 2 straight nights against Team Extreme, but I felt the match was kind of underwhelming. But at least they made up for it, tonight. And I think it was something to say, it's not all that good when the weekly show match that follows the pay-per-view match is better. Sometimes it's like, okay, then, then that kind of, it's like that brings down the value of the pay-per-view. Because somebody, I think, because the person used Shawn Michaels HBK as an example. It's just the match in England that went for an hour was better than the WrestleMania matches. Like they feel like that kind of brings down, the whatever the rating or the quality of the pay-per-view match. The most time you think, okay, the pay-per-view match should be the better match. Sometimes that is, sometimes it isn't. So then the next match was for the Intercontinental Championship. Dean Ambrose going against Intercontinental Champion himself, Kevin Owens. And Kevin Owens, he cut a promo about not just Boston, but sports fans in general. I know this was for sure. As a sports fan, you're very used to considering yourself a part of the team. So you instead of saying, yeah, whatever my team is won, you're almost not used to saying we won. And he's telling you basically he was commenting on that. You guys, just watch your team win. You'll say we won when you did absolutely nothing. Look, that was a spirit right there. So I thought it was it touched on a lot of points, because it's like, yeah, we as sportsmen, sometimes we say, yeah, we won, when like we're not wearing the jersey. We're not taking, we're not called hearing plays from a coach. We're not on the field or the court or the ice or whatever sport it is. We're not doing any of that. But we're so passionate for, oh my God, we're so passionate about our team that, yeah, we feel a part of the team. And, the match between Owens and I still feel that I still feel we haven't seen the best of Ambrose and Owens, but we probably might after what happened. After what happened tonight. I remember talking about corner that I felt this match had a lack of build. But after what happened tonight, I think it's going to get more. It's going to get more intense, and that's a good thing. I mean, he had one match highlights was Owens hitting the Green Bay plunge. Kennedy's old move. But when Ambrose kicked out, it was almost like, well, you're no Kennedy then. But then it's funny because then people will start kicking out of that for Kennedy. And it was kind of weird when just a little bit more segue about for Kennedy. It was kind of weird when he downgraded the move from being from the top rope to just a regular. That's what Sheamus did tonight. And it's like, not so sure. But anyway, and then Ambrose was able to hit the dirty deeds and the mighty finger. The mighty finger. Owens was saved by the finger. He's able to hook the rope with his finger. It's like, yeah, King, are you freaking kidding me? Just one finger is like, King, I know it sounds, very, you know, very implausible. But it's a rope break. And, later on, Owens would go for the pop-up power bomb, and then Dean would counter into a Hurricane Rana. And gets to 1, 2, 3. I was not expecting. I'm thinking, okay, this is a false finish. Oh, kick out. I'm like, oh, shoot, 3. And I'm not gonna lie. For me, that was the shock of the night for me. I was not expecting. I'm trying to think. Did I even predict? Did I even predict a winner for Ambrose and Owen? I'm not sure. I gotta probably go back on the corner and check to see. But it did shock me. I was not expecting Owens to lose the Intercontinental Championship at TLC. Or maybe because I was expecting. Oh, I think I did pick Owens because I think I was expecting, him to hold it all the way to the WrestleMania for Sami Zayn to come to finally arrive on the main roster officially, and they have a match at WrestleMania for the Intercontinental title. But Dean wins the Intercontinental Championship. And what's funny, like I said to Chris, the same belt that he was chasing at the start of the year is the belt that he wins at the end of the year. I'm happy for Dean because the most time it was like, with the exception of the Extreme Rules match and the exception of SummerSlam, an exception of Survivor Series when he won the first match, it was almost like, it's like a common thing for Dean to not win at a pay-per-view. So it's good to see Dean finally win. But hopefully, the thing I hope is that, unlike his United States Championship reign, he actually defends it. And I think he will, since he's a face. I just don't know if I didn't really do him being a heel. WWE just didn't really want him to defend the United States belt on program, because they'll have him defend it on live events, of course. But when the Shield were champs, it was mostly Roman and Rollins defending their belt on Raw or on a pay-per-view, not Ambrose. But I was really shocked that Ambrose won. More shocked that he won it how he won it and where he won it. So Ambrose won those. I don't know which number, but he's one of the many or few that can say that they have been United States and Intercontinental champion. So then we go into the next match for the Divas Championship, Paige versus Charlotte. The match with no faces. The only match with no faces because it was an abrupt heel turn for Charlotte. And it clearly showed. But then it clearly showed that, Charlotte has a change of personality. One can say that she showed a lot of personality than she ever did since coming up on the main roster. Spear! You see? But you know, I felt out of the three matches that Paige and Charlotte had, this one was the better out of the three, in my opinion. I don't know if it has to do because the dynamic was different. Because because Charlotte, wait, even though the builder there was no face, but in the terms of the match wise, terms of match wise, it's like Paige, it's like Charlotte was the heel. It was mostly Paige, taking the heat. I don't think Paige had a real long segment where she was on off. It was mostly all Charlotte. Come on, Roman. Oh, and then Paige will lock on the figure four on Charlotte and Charlotte reversal. And I'm telling you, I'm waiting for somebody to actually lose to the reversal of the figure four because like I like what somebody said. If the figure four is so painful that the reversal is just as painful, then it would be believable that somebody would tap up to the reversal. But that would not be the case. Um oh, look at then there'd be a Page would hit the rampage. It was not even before that. Um, Charlotte kind of hit the rampage in a way. There was a part where she was on her knees. Paige tried to do her knee, and then Charlotte caught it, and then just dropped Paige around her head. I'm thinking, hey, that was kind of like a modified or a kneeling version of the rampage. But I think it went over the heads of or the eyes of, it went past the eyes of the commentators, but they didn't bring it up. Um, so then, after that Charlotte would get hit by the actual rampage, but she was near the ropes. Oh, and then Flair would get involved, and he would put his daughter's foot on the rope. Oh no! And then while Paige is busy with the ref, um, early in earlier in the match, Ric Flair started messing with the turnbuckle connector, the padding, and Charlotte was able to capitalize on that. And Paige tried to charge and bloop right into the turnbuckle, the explosive angle. 1, 2, 3. Charlotte retains the Divas Championship and also emulating her daddy as the dirtiest player in the game. Oh no! Look at Sheamus bleeding again. Oh, die! Then, so yeah, so I'm not sure if this means that Paige is going to be a tweener. Paige wasn't here tonight. It looked like they're building Becky and Shaw, are kind of like slow burning it. But at this rate, it's mostly all heels because Team Bad is still heels, are still heels. I don't know whether the Brie and Alicia are. You know, I like the scowl of this man. I like to believe they are still heels in a degree, in some degree. Watch yourself, Roman. Watch yourself, dude. No. Oh. Then we get on to the main event, which was, as you can see, this match. Buena TLC. Yeah, look at Sheamus' nose. Now, said before, these are one of the reasons for why I'm not too big of a fan of TLC, the gimmick match based pay per views because like I didn't feel Roman Reigns and Sheamus, you know, warranted a TLC match, and most of the matches consist of wow, hey, look at this crap. He can't even get it. He came. They're gonna try to screw Roman. No, he's trying to recreate the screw job. Oh, I fuck. Once he looked at Vince, I'm like, he gonna try to recreate the Montreal screw job, just in Philadelphia. But the match was it. I felt that unlike there were two cool spots, where Sheamus hit a Irish hit the white noise off the steel steps through a table, and Roman hitting Samoan drop off the apron through a ladder. But in terms of those spots and every other spot, it just felt like I have to agree with my friend Nate that the spots weren't built up; they just happened. It was just pick up chair and everything, pick up, and then even the first table bump, which looked so weird, was when Sheamus he just backdropped Roman out of nowhere, and Roman just and it's like, ooh, oh! Look at this, look at this. Wait, he's telling the ref to sit down. Oh, oh, no, no, don't listen to John Cone. That's why. Because the same fools who cost freaking Roman Reigns the match did the last night are trying to do the same thing. But anyway, Sheamus would win, and then the moment of the match, it was post match, was when Roman Reigns snapped, and he laid out all his frustrations out on the League of Nations, and then oh my God, hey, no, oh, oh my God, no, 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 oh my God, come on, no, 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 come on, Roman, yeah, yes. Damn straight. And there's no money in the bank to stop it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew freaking Sheamus was not heading to Royal Rumble as TLC. If nothing else happened, I knew it. Oh, so we have ourselves a new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. And his name is Roman Reigns. And his name is Roman Reigns, who snapped last night. Who snapped, on Triple H last night. I was gonna say that the nap out the narrative Roman Reigns snapping was long overdue. It was built up, you know, but he's a WWE champion now, and whatever hell he has to pay. Hey, Sheamus is no longer a champion. Yeah. So, oh wait a minute. But basically, as I mentioned before, did I feel that TLC 2015 at least was better than Survivor Series 2015? Yes, I do. I think TLC 2015 was necessarily a great show. Not necessarily because the most standout match was the first match, and that's really it. I think every other match was, you can describe it as, wasn't good, wasn't bad, but almost just felt there at times. Uh, but I'd rather have matches that I think you'd rather have matches that are not bad instead of, most time you're not gonna get always standout matches, but you'll rather have matches that they probably don't stand, but You rather have, I don't know how to put it. You wouldn't want to have matches that are bad, and I really don't think any match at TLC was necessarily bad. I do feel that the table elimination match was underwhelming, but I don't think it was garbage or it was horrendous. I just don't think they did enough to really stand out. Besides, you know, to stand out, and to stand out beside the the first match. So you can basically say that in terms of match wise, TLC 2015 is a one match show. But I think in moment wise, I think it does have some moments, and that's almost any spot in the first match. Um, the, Dean Ambrose winning the Intercontinental Championship and Roman Reigns snapping. But I brought up about Cena being brought up again. Yeah, during the main event, when the crowd was like sitting on their hands, the crowd was chanting, actively chanting, "We want Cena." So it was pretty like, wow, they're chanting, "We want Cena." The crowd, some people saying Cena sucks, but anyway, that's my review for TLC 2015. Next Monday is the Slammies, but if you think that the WrestleCon Awards show is going to be done, during the Slammies, it's not, because I feel with a award show, you should wait until everything from that year is official, is set and done and over. But next show will be another review, and it'll be the review for Takeover, which will be live in London, because most of my wrestling event that is in London, most of my event that is held in London is not live, but is actually, this actually going to be live at 3 o'clock, and I still got two. I've been behind. I'm behind two NXT, so I gotta watch two NXT before Takeover. But anyway, so you guys know what's in store for next week's show. It's the review for the last Takeover of the year, Takeover London's England. Hope you guys have a nice week and a nice weekend. This is Oakland 93, always in the place to be. And we don't forget, we have a new WWE World Champion, and his name is Roman Reigns. And until the next corner, stay easy and peace.